today I'm going to teach you how to thread the machine. When we're threading the machine, we need two spools of thread. One is either going to be one of the large cones like this, or a small spool like that. And the second one, so either one of those, and the second one is a little bobbin. Okay, so you need both. Now I've got all bright colors, but you should use one that matches your fabric. Both top and the bottom threads should match your fabric. I'm going to use the cone because we have lots of these, and it goes right in the can. That's why we have all the cans in the room. So we'll put the cone in the can, and then it goes behind the machine like that. Now I'm showing you on the black line machine. We also have the blue circle machine, and I'll show you that in a minute. There's only one difference, and that's in the very first step. And the first step on the black line is we're going to pop open that lid, and then can you see over here where my finger is? There's a notch right there, and that's going to be step one on the black line machine. Okay, then step two, we go straight from there into the right hand line that's going down the machine. I'm just going to show you on the blue circle machine that difference. So here's the blue circle machine. So step one here, first of all, I'll use the small spool. Okay, so I'll take that and unspool that a little bit. And for a small spool, you wouldn't put it in the cone, or in the can, sorry. You put it on the spool holder. And this little disc goes back on with the pin sticking out that way, right? That goes back on. And then step one here, you can actually see on top of the machine, you probably won't be able to see it on this video, but on top of the machine is this little thing, and it actually has a 1 on it with an arrow going to the left and down. So that's step one on the blue circle. It goes in there and then down the same line that we did on the black line machine. So I'm going back to the black line machine now because everything else is the same. Okay, so you've got your thread in there in your step one and going down that right hand line. Okay. So now you'll see at the bottom of this long finger thing, there's a 2 with an arrow going around like that. And that's the direction you're going to take your thread, around like that. And then up. Now with your hand on the wheel, on the side here, you see this wheel? That's how we move the needle. It also moves this silver hook here. I'll try and show you that. You see the silver hook? That moves with the needle too. See it moving? We want to get that up so that we can easily hook the thread into it. So we want to hook the thread right into the top of that silver hook. And that's the third step. That's number 3. Okay, can you see that? Okay, so it's right into the end of that silver hook. If it's not into the end of it, it's not going to stay put. And it's going to come out of that silver hook, and then it won't sew properly. It's going to make a terrible sound like ka-chink, ka-chink, ka-chink as you're sewing, and I'll be able to tell from across the room, and I'll say that your thread came out of the silver hook or came out of the number 3. So that's it. It has to be right into the end of that. So now we're going to go straight down. See if I can follow this down. Straight down that line. Notice I opened up the side of the machine. That's just so that you can see the silver hook better when you're doing it. But we can close it up because the light's a bit blinding. We'll go straight down. Now, can you see down here? There's a little teeny thing at the top of the needle, and we just tuck the thread in behind that little teeny thing right there. Okay? Then I'm going to move the needle up and down to try to get it in a more comfortable position, like in the higher position, so that I can thread the needle. Now, if your thread is sort of fuzzy like this, it won't go through the needle very easily. So you have to give it a haircut. Just cut that little end off so you have a nice clean cut. And then, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well, but you want to put it right through the eye of the needle. Now that went through really easily. If yours doesn't go through easily, it's sort of like this motion. You kind of push the thread through. All right? In the machine needle, the eye, or the hole, is at the tip of the needle, the pointy end. Alright, so that's it for the top thread. Alright, we can take another look at that later if we need to. So now, let's look at the bobbin thread. Actually, let's pause and we'll just do the top thread for now. Thank you.